Hello everyone, it's Jaws Munch here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a very cool game, OreBound, which is honestly very similar to Satisfactory from what I have seen, but it has a lot of unique touches to it. I think it is a fantastic exploration game. So we're just going to be starting our world real quick, doing a new game, choosing the basic quest here, and leaving everything default. I will be posting this in the description if you guys would like to play along. And let's go ahead and head to our new world here. Just gotta jump on this airship and it will take us there directly. Departing in 3, 2, 1.
What we go?
I do like this aspect of the game, how we get to fly off into the sunset. I do wish there was a little bit like an outlook or something that I could observe the flight a little bit better, but it's pretty neat. Very different from what you would find with other games. So I think that's a pretty cool aspect. Alrighty, we have loaded in and we are on our way to our new home. Our goal is to get 3 gemstones of kingly value and unite them together or something of that nature. To be honest, it's still unclear exactly what the mission of this game is. I have not seen any of these kingly gemstones, but perhaps we will find the purpose of our mission as we play through this game. Looks like we have a nice little forest area beneath us with a couple tunnel systems here as well. So that will be pretty nice, and shouldn't be too hard to get settled in here. A little sandy area with a bunch of different rocks all around us, so very cool. And we're able to leave. Here we are. Alrighty, this is a very dense forest. And I believe I saw up here was a sand dune. We might actually want to live on top of the sand dune, depending on how flat it is. Yeah, I don't know. This isn't as flat as I was expecting it to be, so maybe not. Maybe we'll live down there. Alright, so we found an area that is going to work relatively well for home, I think. And we've gathered a couple sticks and logs just to get our total amount of wood. You can open your inventory by pressing Q. And we got 90 wood and 60 stone. So I think it's probably a good idea to build our quest board here. And this quest board is just going to give us the ability to get missions from the king. And these missions will help us to have a simple progression and be able to continue to get everything moving along, sort of like a mini tutorial. So first up, it's asking us to build a foundation and a tool station. Now a tool station is going to be extremely valuable early on because that's going to be how we build all of our basic tools, such as a pickaxe or like a hatchet, whatever it may be. So we're definitely going to want to start with that. Unfortunately, it's quite dark here. So let's get some light on the situation. That way we can actually see what's going on around here. We are apparently going to be forest dwarves instead of living in the deep and dark caves for now. So first thing we'll probably want is to get a hatchet. As we have a lot of trees around us, we're going to want to clear all of this land to be able to use more of it for actually building our buildings. So let's get all of these trees chopped down out of the way, and then we'll be able to get some proper buildings down. Not to mention the fact we also need to build a foundation and a bit of a base. So that's what we're going to be working on first off. Ooh, I found a boar. I'm thinking we can actually cook these, I believe, and use them for food and healing. We've been doing a lot of chopping, but we still have a lot of chopping left to do. But yeah, boar meat is an excellent source of food and an excellent source of healing in this game as well. But we'll be back here in a minute after we get a little bit of more of these trees cut down, because we've got a lot of work to do here. Alrighty, there we go. It is now daytime, and let's go ahead and look at this base area that we've cleared. It's quite large. We've got tons and tons of wood now, so we can build basically anything we want. I'm actually thinking it might be a good idea to build the base going out across this chasm. That way we can create like a system going down into this mine shaft here. And that would be good access for both, you know, wood materials and stone materials right below us. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing here. Let's go ahead and grab some, let me see, I think it's under fortress. Let's grab some wooden foundations. I think we need actually the small ones. Small wooden foundations. And we'll go ahead and start working on the base. Think about that height is what we're going to be looking for. All the way across. Maybe a little bit too high. But, you know, we'll do steps going into it. Should be alright. I think also there's allowing overlap. If you press B, you can allow overlap, which will help just get things smooth and like going through the materials like the ground floor and rocks and all that. If without the overlap, it kind of ends up looking kind of funky when you're building. So I definitely recommend you turn that on. It'll just make things look much nicer. So finishing up these last couple foundation boards here, and our house will start taking shape. You can press X to switch between build modes. There's a repair mode, a place mode, and a destroy mode if you misplace something. So that's good to know. Let's see. Here we go. Let's do our doorway, something like that. And then we'll add some walls to this. Just a nice, simple dwarven hut. But yeah, this game has tremendous potential to it, honestly. It's so fantastic. The building style feels good. It's not overly complicated, but not too simple. And it, you know, it sometimes feels a little bit janky at, you know, but it's an early access, and I think as they begin to rough it out, it will start to come together a little bit better as far as using like the buildings and the structures, how they'll come together will be very nice once they get this all figured out. All right, now we just need a little bit of a roof. Should we do 2 high? No, we'll do 1 high for now. And we'll just get a wooden roof on top of this and we'll call it good. Is that a large? Yeah, we want a small wooden tile. There we go. Just a 1x1, kind of like a Minecraft hut, you know? That's how every starter hut should be. Simple, to the point, direct, to be expanded upon later. And then we might even work on our ladder system so that we can go down into that cavern down below. Probably be a good idea as well. Alrighty, so I'm gonna work on this ladder system and then we'll continue from there. Alrighty, so I finished the ladder system. It's not quite how I want it perfectly, but it'll work for now. We have a shaft going all the way down. I do want to add, I guess, 1 more wall right here. That way, basically, if you end up falling, you bounce off the wall and hopefully get back to the ladder instead of falling to your death. But essentially just climb down here and hopefully not get stuck. You know, just keep in mind some of this is early access, but there we go. Our ladder leads us straight down to the bottom of this cave here, where we'll probably do most of our mining operations. And let's go ahead and head back up. We have a roof access as well, which is right up here. It's not too hard to make the transfer there. Just have to press spacebar and jump over. And we have access to the roof of our building. And we'll probably do most of our production out in this open field. But yeah, things are moving right along. And I think we might even be finished with one of the quests here from our king.
Welcome.
Let's see. We finished the Strong Foundations quest, which gave us 250 coin. And then we also finished the Lumber quest, which gave us another 300 coin. And also the Ore Navigator, which I guess we can talk about the Ore Navigator. Let's go ahead and add this to our hotbar. The Ore Navigator is a fantastic way to find different materials that you need. If you end up running out of stone or running out of wood or any of these different ores, you can use the Ore Navigator to discover them. There's upgrades for it. Right now we only have the base level, so we can find coal, we can find coal deposits, and then we can find iron and iron deposits, and then we can also find wood and stone. Now, the difference between coal ore is that it's a separate little chunk of ore that you can mine once, but the ore deposits are for drills. Same with the iron deposits. So those are going to be valuable to find later on. But for now, I think maybe just using this tool to find iron ore would be a great idea. But I don't want to do all my mining in the middle of our base and where we're going to be placing most of our machinery. I'd rather do it down in our mine. So we're going to hop down here and go into our mine shaft. If we can here. That's exactly what we try to avoid there. Thankfully, I think it's just the right distance not to kill yourself falling into the mine shaft. So let's go ahead and search for some of this iron ore. You can see the bar gets greener. So this is a really good spot around here. Probably like right around here, probably below us. So I believe I already crafted, I don't even have a pickaxe yet. So I have a confession. We do have a pickaxe now through the power of editing, but I also dug all of our ore out without showing you guys what was going on. So I apologize for that. Let's find a different vein of ore if we can here, because I would like to give you guys the full rundown of getting ore and materials. I'm gonna go ahead and shovel this, which we'll be talking about the shovel later, so hang on for that information. Don't worry, that will be coming up in just a couple moments. But for now, I just need to cover up all this dirt so that we don't have a huge hole. And let's go ahead and find another vein of iron that I have not mined to high heaven already. Okay, there still is some nearby there, but I would prefer... I don't know, maybe that was the closest one. Looks like we got some good... Oh, this is right under us, right under our feet right here. So I think we'll go ahead and mine right here. This will have tons of iron ore in it. Yep, perfect. Anyway, so I was wanted to tell you guys about how iron ore, the single little blocks like this, are extremely valuable to mine. Whereas, oh, there's only a little bit there. How about that? My luck, right? My luck. I guess we'll have to keep finding. Where you at? Where you at? Hopefully there's more than just like 2 pieces. All these people waiting for this ore to be found, and we're making it hard on ourselves. Okay. Oh, there we go. Ah, this is the bunch we were looking for. Anyway, so this ore is good to mine, and the deposits are a little bit more you want to be a little bit more cautious with mining them, because if you mine them with a pickaxe, they're not really designed to be mined with a pickaxe. Whereas these little chunks that you find in the ground are perfectly fine to mine with a pickaxe. You get full value out of them. But the bigger, like, giant rocks full of ore, those you want to try to save for when you have a drill, because the drill is going to be much more valuable. It won't damage the deposits, whereas if you're mining it with a pickaxe like this one, you'll damage the deposits and destroy resources, and it's just a lot less efficient to do. So try to save the deposits, the big deposits, for when you end up having an actual proper drill. And we'll be talking about that as well later on. Ooh, we did find some coal, so that's nice. Coal will always be handy to have. And just give me a moment and we'll get ourselves back up to the surface here. So one of the great things about this game is you can mine yourself straight out from wherever you were mining just by tilting yourself slightly upwards, and it digs a pretty perfect pathway that you barely have to jump through in order to get to the top. So if you're down here mining whatever, we did run into a little bit of coal, you can just dig yourself a little bit of a tunnel all the way up, and voila, you reach the top of the surface. And it is relatively easy to do. So while we don't really want to leave giant holes that we've dug out like this, that kind of looks bad, so let's try to find a way to cover this up. And I think if we go and build just a simple shovel, that will rectify the situation a little bit. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a shovel. So the shovel mechanic in this game is a little bit interesting. You kind of have to get used to it, I think. But it's not too hard to get the hang of now that it's dark outside. Okay, let's go find that hole we dug. Make sure we don't fall into it later on. Here we go. So it's a pretty nasty hole. Let's just grab our shovel. There's one where you can add dirt, and then you can switch modes to taking away dirt. So if we wanted to, we could shovel away some dirt and remove layers. Or what we can do is we can switch to adding layers. And what you want to do is find the height of dirt that you would like. And then just basically pile on from that layer and just spread it out. So it's a little bit tricky. It takes a little bit of work to get the hang of. But after you get the idea of how it works, it really is quite nice. You can see it makes a pretty decent little covering there just with that mechanic. So pretty cool. You can fill in holes, and it doesn't take any resources to do. It just pulls the dirt from nowhere essentially and piles it into that hole. So pretty nice for base leveling and all of that as well. Anyway, so we got our minerals, we got some coal, we got a decent amount of iron, wood, and stone, and we are well on our way to having a good little base here. So we're gonna end at this point just for now, and we'll be back again later and working on some more here on OreBound, playing through and talking about just some things you guys can be aware of on your playthroughs as well. And let me know in the comments if you really enjoy this game and have seen it before, or maybe this is the first time you've ever seen it. I think it has a lot of potential, and it will definitely grow into something that's fantastic. Still in a lot of early development though. But if you enjoyed it, definitely subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.